Hello, all of you vaingloriously wonderful people, and welcome back to Timberborn, episode 3 of our lovely little season with the Iron Teeth, where today we're still struggling with having enough beavers for all of our jobs. So instead of adding jobs, we're going to switch gears and start on a fairly large project here. And you know what? I planted some mangroves there and got rid of those there. I'm not sure that was maybe the smartest play, because they're not going to harvest these anytime soon. And I don't think they'll die either. So instead, we're just going to mark all of those for removal, because we want to be able to get to over this general direction to be able to build our next project. We could also maybe come at it from this way too, just so they can tackle it from two directions at once. But we mentioned in the last video that I want to be able to have, when this has bad water flowing through it, keep it from getting up into the district. Plus, I'd like to be able to use this to hold back the water at a slightly deeper level. So what we're going to do is come out really far here, and then we're going to bring that in like that. And then that's a big project in and of itself right there. So I am going to give them the ability to come down this way to get to this, so they can start building. And then I am going to even give them temporary stairs here, and then we'll get rid of these pathways on top of all of this once they've got the actual levee bits in, and then they should be able to go from there. Now it looks like we're having problems getting to these. No, we're not. Okay, I thought maybe they weren't able to reach them, but no, they are indeed able. That's not what I want to do. They are able to reach out that way. Cool. So they should get started on this super duper quick. What I'm going to do is prioritize. I really only want those stairs prioritized, whatever. And I'm going to prioritize this, because I want to make sure they're tackling it from both those directions at the same time. Of course, we have nighttime upon us, so we have to wait a minute. And it's actually been 2 days. So I wanted to go ahead and let them get this done and get these stairs in so that we can just get going here. This is all logs except for this one other set of stairs, which will require some planks. And we have plenty of logs. We have plenty of trees waiting to be cut down for more logs. So as we start depleting our log supply, the woodcutters are going to get in there and do their thing. I am keeping an eye on water and food just to make sure they don't drop, since we have kind of a worker shortage right now. Though we're slowly making progress. We're up to 9 children now, just 2 shy of what we need to grow up to fill all that. So we're doing better. Though because I did build all those breeding pods, we're probably going to need some more housing soon, which I think I might want to start going up for the housing. We'll see. Maybe that's when we'll finally kick the ladder into gear. But this is the first part of the bad water control. We might get to dynamite today. The nice thing about having this big project going is it allows us to build up the metal blocks and the gears that we're going to need for adding dynamite into everything. Now, how we're going to get over there, I don't know just yet. We may just let them run through the water. As dangerous as that is, we can always, delete the stairs if a bad tide is approaching, because we get a pretty good advance warning of that. And you get all the beavers out of the water and then just work on something else. But yeah, you can see they're knocking this dam out fairly quick. It is going to take them several days to get it all done, because it is big. But as it does get built, it's going to have water here at just 1 meter deep already, and they'll have to exceed 1 meter to be able to go over the top of it. So that will help back here to have a little bit deeper water. Hopefully we don't keep having the surges. And then we'll plan out where all of our floodgates are going to go and everything like that. But for now, we're just going to kind of park up out over here in the water and watch as they get all of these bits of dam built. And there we go. Our final bit of the dam portion of this is done. Now I want to come in here and go ahead and spend just a few science points. No, we don't have a ton. But I do want to add a stream gauge, and there's a reason we're going to use that, and it comes into some of the automation that I mentioned previously. So now I want to get rid of the paths. So I want to be very careful here that I don't actually delete the dams that we do, or the levees that we just put in. And we're going to just put levees in this corner. We're going to prioritize that one. Just because they won't be able to get to it if they build the other two first. So we're going to prioritize that, and they should get that built pretty quick. And then what I'm thinking is, if I put one more levee here, then we can have an opening of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for floodgates, which would work out really, really well. And then I think if we do like 5 more floodgates here, and then have just an area that's open, and then maybe so like 1, 2, 3, actually probably like here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we would leave this one completely open, and then here we would do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this area would all be levee, all through here, and then we would have 15 openings where the water could come through. I think that'll be good. Already you can see that the water is a little bit deeper back here. Not significantly so, but it is a little bit deeper. But we haven't really completely stopped it. We've just slowed it more than anything. But we are going to wind up with a nice little reservoir here during a drought, I believe. So this may be a place that we want to focus some of our water pumps eventually, maybe off at this side. So cool, they've got all of that built. So now comes the part where we have to be strategic about what we remove. Like, I can safely get rid of all these paths because it won't be too far for them to walk. But I can't get rid of much else. So we're going to get rid of that. And then what I'm going to do here to make sure they build these in the right order is we're going to build them all. We're going to put them all in, but then we're going to use our priorities to change the way they're done. So we're going to make the 2 on the inside the highest priority, these 2 the next highest priority. We will then come here, next to lowest, and then lowest, and then they should, in theory, build them in that order. We will be able, once these get built, link up these floodgates to the stream gauge, and I'll show you exactly what that will mean for us. It's going to be really cool, though. I really, really, really like how this works. However, these are a bit more resource intensive. It's 10 logs and 5 planks, so it may take us just a little while to get all of this built. I don't know how far we are away from our next drought, and given that we're in cycle 6, the next one could be a bad water. After 5 cycles, bad waters enter the picture as a possibility. Gosh, we're down to just 2 open workspaces. That is incredible. We have 15 open beds, so I think I'm not going to worry about that right now for housing. I think that this is our priority. What are we going to need for science for what we want to do here? We're going to need 400 for that, and at least 600 for that. So we're going to need 1,000, which, I don't know, we might be there by time they get all this done. I just don't know. I would eventually also like to get the dirt excavator, but that's going to require treated planks and some other things that we don't currently have. We're not going to be able to make bad water as it is without doing a bad water pump and also creating the centrifuge. And that's going to take power. This is not. This is just operated by beavers. But we are going to need to do a bad water pump. I'd really love to be able to do a deep mechanical pump just to pull it out quicker. But that takes a lot of power to operate. I'm not going to worry with any type of like bad water cap. Unlike the folktales, we do not have a really nice one that we can plop on top of there that allows them to also gather bad water from it. So we're just going to have to leave a bad water source open. So what I'm thinking is we'll probably just collect bad water from back here. I mean, we've got the perfect spot for it right there. In fact, maybe that could be like a secondary project that we work on. Now we'll wait. We'll keep our priority to this over here and get all of this built. So I'm gonna let them get this first section built and then jump cut over to when we're gonna get the next 2 sections built. And sure enough, in 3 days, we are going to have our first Badtide, and we're not going to be prepared for it. We are going to lose a lot of what we have planted. Probably everything up to this path, if not even a little bit farther. Probably all of that, a great deal of this. All of our mangrove trees are going to get destroyed. The thing is, we'll want to keep our beavers out of the water. So I'm kind of hoping that maybe in 3 days we can get all this done. Since they have just finished this side, I am now going to remove a big portion of this path. And then where did we say that our floodgates are going to go? Like here? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we want levees on top of that. So then we're going to do the same prioritization system with that being the highest, that the next, then skip one, and then go down to there, and then we're going to pause all of these, which I learned from Biffa. You can just press P. That is so freaking handy. And then we will bring this one back up to a high priority, so that gets done, and then we can get the levee in that corner as well. So this should be the first thing that they finish, and then they should come over here and start working on all of that. And then, actually, they won't be able to do that because there's not paths. I bet even with that path, that's too far from the district. No. Surprisingly. I really thought it would be, but no, they're able to keep on trucking. Cool. So we want to get rid of that set of stairs, and then we can get rid of the path eventually too, but it's not really a priority. And then we want to grab that. I will tell them to try to pick that mess up, because I would like to recover what we have. So with floodgates, one of the cool things we can do is, you can just set a timer so that it's scheduled, and you can change the schedule and the height and all the different stuff. But what I'm really interested in is when a Badtide starts, once we have everything done, is raising these gates up completely to hold back all of our fresh water, but also prevent the bad water that'll be coming from back here and from this direction from getting back into our district. Remember, we will also eventually have a set of gates back here with probably a levee as well, just to help us a little bit, since this is just, right there at that level. Yeah, we'll definitely want to build a levee wall over here. And then we're going to blast this out all the way off the map, the same width as right here. So that's what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 wide. We're going to blast all that. Then we'll have the levee that sits here to kind of help us, and we'll probably extend that levee all the way down. And so then these gates will close automatically at a Badtide. These will open automatically at a Badtide. And then we'll also probably do something similar for a drought. I eventually want to come up here to be able to hold a bunch of extra water back. I mean, we've already looked at this, and I can go 2 meters, basically. So I could put on this level the triple floodgate and hold back a significant amount of water. And then we would just have that as reserve during a drought, so that if a drought goes really long, we could release some of it down into the district. And so that'll be what we do after we deal with the Badtide. Unfortunately, we are not going to finish all of this before the Badtide starts. So I'm just going to leave them with those paused. There's no point in having anything else. I just want to be sure that there's nowhere else that they can get down into the water other than there. And there's not. So temporarily, just to be safe, we're getting rid of that. And what we could do is, well, they can get down into the water because of the mangroves. Yeah, okay. I did not think about that. So, is anybody down there currently? I don't think so. It'll tell me if they are. I just want to be sure there's somebody down there. There shouldn't be because we're after quitting time. And those are the only two dudes that would be down there, and I would be able to see them. Right? Those are only two gatherers over here for that? Yeah, okay, good. So, just to be safe, since we don't currently have the ability to deal with taking care of any beavers that may get sick from being in the bad water, we're going to get rid of those stairs. And hopefully I remember to put them back in. And also, hopefully this bad water is only a day long. That's you know, a lot of hoping, I realize. I never saw how much extra power we have here now that we've got extra beavers. And that would be a good thing to know, because I would like to get the explosives factory underway as well. So yeah, here comes the Badtide any minute now. All of our freshwater sources are going to change to bad water. And the bad water sources will continue producing bad water. So yeah, we're going to see a lot of stuff just completely obliterated here. And it breaks my heart. I mean, it won't take long. Once the water gets over 50% contaminated, yeah, you can see everything immediately starts dying. It's drying right now, but once this ground becomes contaminated, there we go. Now you can see it's going to die. And this is going to kill everything. It's going to block our showers. The second the bad water contamination is risky for beaver, the shower automatically gets blocked. The water pumps will not pump. So that water that we have, that's it. And you can just see, just destroying trees that we had planted for harvesting, for logs. It's taken out our mangroves completely, but it's okay. We have like 200. And we're good on food, we're good on water. And of course, the Badtide is now basically over. So we're going to have fresh water flowing right back in here. And as soon as we do have fresh water flowing back in here, we'll replace these stairs. In the meantime, these dudes should, once the dead tree gets cut down, replant the dead tree. But down here, since these aren't marked for cutting, they should just come down here and replant these, if I remember correctly. I'm pretty sure that that's what this replant dead trees not marked for cutting does. Oh, he will go ahead and replant dead trees anyway. That's wonderful. So there we go. We've got our bad water out of there, so we can replace our stairs. Make sure we've got them all spun in the right direction here. There was one there, and there was one somewhere else. Right here. There we go. So that will get those built, and they already got one set built. And then we can come over here and start work on this again. So we'll put our, actually I'm going to go ahead and put a levee there since we know that's what we want. And then we will get rid of these 3 paths maybe, if I can put them. There we go. And then we'll drop some stairs here temporarily. I'm so used to just clicking the stair icon to do all of those things. So then we will once again reprioritize and then unpause, because the prioritization system seems to have been working out pretty well for us. I'm going to pause the game for just a minute because I'm going to put these levees there, but then I'm going to pause them. There we go. And then we will unpause all of this. Maybe. There we go. And now they will start building that our foresters should, yep, there he goes. Look at him. He's already down in the water, replanting our mangroves. Sadly, it does mean we're going to be 20 days before we see mangroves again, so we may run out of those. We already dropped a little bit in well-being. It's just things we have to deal with. Not really much of a way around it. For now, I'm going to leave this linked to, how do I link it? I don't remember how I link it. There we go, attach stream gauge. So we're going to just attach one of them. That's all we have to do. And then we need to attach this one as well. The reason we only have to attach one of them is because we have synchronization going. So what we're going to do here, nope, I didn't do it. There we go, now we're attached. So on both of these are two separate controls. What I want to do is make sure that we're avoiding the flooding that we were getting back here. So anytime the water gets to, here we go. So stream gauge low threshold. We want to set that anytime that stream gauge is below a meter. We want the floodgates to close, to hold water back. Anytime the stream gauge gets up to like 1.8, we are going to bring them down to half a meter to let stuff start flowing through again. And then we're going to do that same thing over here on this side. And this is temporary. We will change this. Or we may disable it during the bad tide. That might be, and also during the drought, that might be the way to go. But for now, we're going to say our low threshold is anything below a meter, is all the way up. Anything below or higher than 1.8, it opens half a meter. And that'll take care of all those. And now we can even do the same thing down here. Even though those aren't all built yet, we can still go ahead and do them. So once again, below 1 meter, close them, hold the water back. And if we get above 1.8, open them to 0.5. And again, these are synchronized, so that will all get taken care of exactly how we want it to be. So cool. Now we can get rid of these stairs. We can put our levee in right here and then unpause these two. They'll have no problem reaching those two to build them. And that gets that taken care of. What do you mean? It's not, it won't be too far once they get that one built. And I would like to see them pick up the scrap that's there, because we don't need those resources, but I'd like to have them. So yeah, it's going to take a while for these mangroves to get replanted. Mainly because they're also working on replanting trees up here, I believe. Though maybe not. No, they're both in the water, so I guess these aren't our priority. For whatever reason, they've prioritized those. Maybe it's because these are marked for cutting and the mangrove trees aren't. That might be the reason. I don't know for certain, though. So what I need to do is get back to daylight again, because I once again I want to investigate getting the dynamite factory underway, and then also maybe we're close to being able to lock both the level 1 dynamite and the other dynamite, and we are going to need to blast 1 deep here but 2 deep on this side. So we are going to need this one as well, which is another 900, but we can deal with that once that becomes a thing. So here we go. We are in daytime. We know we're full powered. All 3 wheels have everybody there, and we've got basically 105 HP that we can play with, which isn't enough, is it? No, that takes 150. So if I want to build 2 of these, that's 300. So it's basically a whole nother wheel. Yeah, that's fine. We can do that. What I would like to do is maybe, how big are these? I don't recall off the top of my head. So let's unlock them. It would fit there. But I can only get 1 of them, and I'd really like to have 2. Of course, I can't get them where I want them. Because I built that up there. If I hadn't built that up there, then we wouldn't be in this predicament right now. now. I'd be able to fit both of these right here, right where I want them. But I did build it up there, so let's recalibrate our expectations then. And place those where? Where do we want to go? I guess we can just go up here. Sorry if you just heard me swat at the bug. I saw some little bug flying by. Yeah, we can just go here with them. Like that, but we've also got to get rid of that right there. And then we can just bring the path over for now this way. Like that. Not perfect, but it's perfectly acceptable. So we'll get rid of this as well. And then I'm going to prioritize. Actually, do I want to prioritize that? Yeah. Because they're about done over there. There we go. Cool. So we will soon have dynamite underway. And we got to get a place to store the dynamite. But we're also going to need to get that bad water. That was under landscaping. There's the right button. We also need to get bad water going, because as you can see, it takes bad water to make that. Wait, do we not have to have a centrifuge? Or is that the symbol for extract? We'll find out. I am going to put a warehouse right here to store the dynamite in. Or the explosives. That's right. They take the explosives and turn it into dynamite. That I remember now. So I believe that we have to have extract to add to any dynamite higher than this level. Yes. Okay. So cool. This requires one explosive. This requires one explosive and one extract. This requires 2 extract and 1 explosive. So we can go ahead and with our level 1, or since we know we're going to need extract, start collecting our bad water. I think we'll do that. So I want to bring that in just like right. Yeah, that's perfect right there. And then we're going to do a second one right there just to ensure that we are getting enough. And then I am going to unlock this dude right here. Cool. And then we need to add power because we added 300 there. So let's do just another wheel right here. In fact, I'm going to do 2 more wheels. Right like that. Because the centrifuge takes lots of power as well. And then we'll just continue adding stairs to the front of these. So that'll give us 600 more, which will cover that. And then the centrifuge is going to need another 200. So that'll get us a decent shape for the power that we're going to require. We have enough beavers, but we are going to have to start thinking about housing. Let's go ahead and switch to that gear. I don't have enough science. I don't. Okay. That's sad because I really wanted to go up, but since I can't, we'll just stay on the ground for now. And we will put just a couple of these in just like this and kind of mirror what we were doing on the other side. Though now I'm not going to be able to get back there with another row. That's okay. I can live with that. Cool. But what I may do is actually leave this gap here. So that's why I paused, because I changed my mind a lot. And there, cool. That'll get us room for 30 more beavers, which we are having them born very, very quick, but we are going to need them because we're adding several jobs. So this takes 2 beavers, I think, to run that. Oh, just 1. But that's 4, 5, 6 jobs, plus the centrifuge is going to take a couple. And I'm also going to want to get a builder's hut going to expedite all of this. So just through the power of editing, we're going to let all of this get built. It's just gears, planks, nothing too terribly exciting. I do, however, need to mark that as being where we store our bad water. So there we go. We're going to get some things built here real quick. And even though they haven't finished building everything, we have another Badtide approaching. Yay! So 2 in a row. And so basically we're going to go right back to what we went through. And the sad thing is, it looks like we never managed to get any of our mangrove fruits. And they have eaten them all. So we are going to be losing our mangroves again. long before they've had a chance to mature, which is really sad. However, this is working beautifully. So far, the water depth has never gotten above 1.65, so it's staying where I want. Haven't seen any flooding here, so that's a good thing as well. I was about to have them start on a water wheel project kind of out over here, and then maybe one here, and then maybe one over here somewhere. And get it all connected into the power grid just so that we can have some passive power coming in. Because I mean, these water wheels put out a lot of power when the water's flowing high enough. But I wanted to put a stream gauge in, make sure it's at least at 1, because you can see that the stream gauge not only tells us how deep the water is, but it also tells us how fast it's flowing and if it's contaminated at all. So all very good things. So what I want to do here is come into these, and I want to basically disable these during a bad tide. All these that I have set, 'cause during a bad tide we just want to let it go. And then so when a bad tide starts right now, we just want it open just to let it get out of there. And that should have left. Oh, it doesn't leave our advanced settings in place. Well, that's unfortunate. So okay, we'll just manually do it. We know the bad tide's coming, so I'm just gonna go ahead and get this water flowing. I didn't realize that setting something under basic got rid of our advanced controls. Oh wait, no, they're still there. Did I just click the wrong one? Oh, I did. I just clicked the wrong one. Okay, we're fine. Yeah, all our settings are still there. Okay, we're good. We're good. Yeah, that's all it was. I clicked the wrong one. So where's the wrong one that I clicked? There it is. So is it that not the one that I just want to have connected? Yeah, we're fine. It'll work. It'll work just fine, or it should. We'll find out in just a few minutes. But let's see. We have everything built, and we are doing great on power. We're 500 above where we need to be. So the final thing we're going to get in today then. No, we're not, because we don't have the power for the research for it. So if that's the case, what we will do is find a nice little location for just a couple more of our inventor huts, since we do have a few beavers to spare, and we can at least during this bad tide get some research going. There we go. That works. And then if we just bring this path right like that, we're good. We're set. So we can use this space for something in the future. Who knows what? They might get those built. Okay, never mind. Today, they will get them built, so they don't have to go very far for the logs. And there's that one before quitting time as well. So, yay! We will probably start out tomorrow in a bad tide. But before we finish, I just want to recap what we've done. We have our bad water pumping station, and of course a place to store said bad water. We added 2 new power wheels and our explosives factories, and a place to store it. And then of course our big project today was dam. A dam. So yeah, looking pretty good if you ask me, and we'll leave it here. So until next time, I'm Brandon, reminding you to stay vainglorious.